Hello everyone, welcome to profitrealestate.com.au. So in here we'll try to provide you the best tools for you to succeed in real estate in Australia, as well as around the world as well. So today I'm again with my friend, business partner John Williams. So today we are just in his beautiful serenity in Berwick, near in his hometown, and we're just about to discuss in regards to being an owner builder or hiring a registered builder for doing your own project. So I'm going to ask a few questions from John in regards to that. So he's going to answer with his expertise, so which is going to help you out into doing any projects into the future. So John, welcome and say hello.
Thanks,
And
thanks for having me on board, and glad to be with you.
excellent. And John, so as I said, there's like, this is a problem where most people have, and they want to do something in their backyard. They want to build up a house, or they want to build their own dream house. First, they would be considering, like, whether they should hire a builder, like one of the name brands, big brands, or just a small builder, or even going by themselves as a owner builder. So there's options. I mean, like, so I know that you and me, we both are in Victoria in Australia. So but we'll try to answer that according to the Australian laws. But if you do need any further information in regards to any other states, please do send us an email, and one of our team members will get back to you, doing a bit more further research. So it is only a slight difference from state to state.
True.
It's generally. So let's start off. So if you are looking into building a house, should you be looking as a owner builder, or as hiring a DBU or a domestic builder unlimited, or someone of that nature?
Well, it depends on whether you want to be hands-on yourself, whether you've got the time, whether you've got the energy, and even if you don't have the experience or the expertise, you can always hire this as well. So everything is available to help you become an owner builder.
Excellent. And so if you are starting off, let's assume you want to start off as a owner builder, like, what are the steps a person should be looking at first?
Then in Victoria, you're obliged to do the owner builder course, and you have to sit a questionnaire with the Victorian Building Authority, and based on all that and a small fee payable, they will issue you with an owner builder license. So that gives you a start. Following all that, you have to have insurances in place, and there are a lot of procedures to be followed, but they're all relatively easy. And you can always get that information either from the VBA or from other parties around that will be most willing to help you, provided that you're willing to take your plans to them, and your permit also to them. So all these people are there to assist you along the way.
Okay, first of all, in regards to the finance side of things, so let's say somebody wants to borrow money into building a house, like their dream home. Is there a difference, like, because I know with my finance background and all that, it becomes a little bit harder to borrow against being an owner builder than hiring a registered builder?
Banks are a little bit hesitant to lend to owner builders, but I would assume these days, with the owner builder course that is required to be done prior to commencing by authorities like VBA, will actually assist. And another thing is, if you have your cash flow prepared for you by either an accountant or another building practitioner or somebody that's knowledgeable, then the banks might find it quite acceptable to lend you money. But another prudent way of actually overcoming any shortfall that the banks may be reluctant to give you in your loan is to actually draw on equity that you might have. So that's a buffer.
Okay, so what do you mean by equity? Can you explain that a little bit?
So if you own a house and you've got so much of funds available in it because you only owe the bank a certain amount, but you've got your property's worth a lot more, so that's the equity you'd have.
Okay, as John is trying to explain, let's take an example. Let's assume your house current market value is worth $500,000, $500,000, and today you have a loan of let's say $100,000. So there's an equity of $400,000. So in that scenario, you might not be able to withdraw the whole funds, but maybe 80% of the current market value that is definitely a possibility depending on your financial circumstances and everything. So you might need to speak to your broker or your bank manager or somebody who's helping you out, maybe your accountant as well, in regards to that side of things.
True. So the philosophy that I've learned in my business as a builder has been, if I can't get the funds from A or the conditions are not right, I would have the broker go to B. And if B couldn't meet my conditions, then I would go to C. But the funds are available, please believe me. And if you work towards that with determination, you will get the funds in the way that you need them.
Okay, let's assume the person, you are going to apply for a owner builder's permit, and you got the permit approved, and you got the insurances and everything ready. So what's the next procedure from here on? So, John.
Look, it's a step-by-step procedure where you do the footings, you do you pour your concrete, depending, or you get somebody to do your slab for you, depending on whether you got strip footings or a slab. And from that stage on, it's advisable to perhaps go to a manufacturer that can supply and erect for you both the wall frames and the roof trusses. And the reason why you do this is to expedite the build. So basically, you're not waiting for carpenters to come and erect the wall frames, to build and actually erect the wall frames, and then you're not waiting for somebody else to come and erect the roof trusses for you. So if you went to a company that builds these things and erects them for you, they would actually schedule it so that everything is up within, say, 2 days, and that's a major advantage over having carpenters come out and stick build it for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So see, what are the advantages of not hiring a DPU? Like, what areas you could save up money and all that?
So one of the big savings is that you actually capture the builder's margin for yourself.
Okay.
So this actually lets you build the house a lot cheaper than a builder would charge you. Or if you want to use the same amount of money that you would normally pay a builder, you could actually upscale all your whole build. You could go high end with your items in the house, like your toilets, your vanities, your shower bases, your screens. You could go high end with your kitchen, granite top. You could get really good quality ovens, stoves, and range hoods. So another thing that advantage you have is that you can customize a lot of things as you go along, either to suit your tastes or things that you come across last minute when you're shopping for all your different items in the house, or you can adjust it to your budget. So you have a lot of flexibility that you have as an owner builder than you would have if you sign a contract with a registered builder. And you're locked into a contract, you are locked into supply with a lot of things. And quite often, if you want to vary things, builders actually charge a premium, and they make a lot of profit on those variations.
Yes, so that's where, you as a builder as well, I mean, I believe those are the areas where we have a lot of variations. When there's bit of variations when it comes to your build contract, that's when builders start making a fair bit of money, I guess.
That's true.
So that's something you could say. But what I've seen, John, is like, say if somebody is starting off for the first time and doesn't have a lot of experience as an owner builder or in the build industry, they might struggle to find the trades and keep track of the progress and especially the ongoing commitments of construction. So what are the steps to overcome these?
Look, it's quite easy to overcome these things. Now, first of all, the architectural draftsman that does your plans will have a lot of contacts. He'll be able to give you a lot of ideas about your costs, and he can help you with your costing as well. Your building surveyor, because he's inspecting several jobs a day, and he might even have a couple of hundred jobs a week that he inspects. So if he's been in the business 10 years or longer, he will know a lot of people, and especially if you say, look, I need help, people will help you. So there's no reason why you wouldn't be short of trades. And look, if we prepare a checklist in our webinars that tell you what to look for in a tradesman and how to assess the quality of his work, and you have a look at the building standards that nominate the quality of work that should be produced, then it helps you work through this.
Yeah, so just keeping track of things is very important, and so being mindful of the cost initially, and then as John said, always ask for help if you do require anything. There's certainly, isn't that right, John?
There's a lot of people to help you, including building consultants. I mean, if you're going to save 50, 60, $70,000 on your project, it's good sense to get a consultant, a building consultant, to come out. It might cost you $150. You just ask all the things you need to ask, and he gives you independent advice. And usually they're very good at what they know.
And yeah, especially like I always believe in the fact where prevention is better than cure. So whatever the steps you could take to prevent it now are gonna certainly save you a lot of headaches in the future.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Questions are cheap, rectification is expensive.
true, very true. Okay, thanks, John. So I believe this was helpful. So in deciding for you to become a owner builder or hire a registered builder for you to do the construction, and there are certain lot of gray areas in this as well. So if you do need a lot more information, I mean, if you're in Victoria, VBA is a site to go, Victorian Building Authority. So if you go there, you should be able to find a lot of information, and then there's contact numbers there as well. So always clarify with them if you are in doubt. And especially if you are signing a contract at this point of time, it's about $16,000, and any construction more than that, certainly there are requirements of registrations and stuff like that, so which you should be aware of. And then if you're signing off contracts with tradespeople, sometimes you might get registered builders asking you to sign off as a owner builder, but be very careful, because you know that really is going to harm you in the future if something goes wrong, because they might be trying to get away from certain licensing requirements. So in that scenario, just be aware, and if you have any problems, you can certainly ask John here as well, and we'll try our best to answer to our best possibility. So make sure you have everything in writing, so whatever you negotiate, and then if there's any sort of trades you are hiring, make sure they have the proper insurances, proper systems in place, and make sure they provide you a receipt for the work completed as well. So at the end of the day, you as the owner builder, you will be responsible for your own project, and insurances will certainly come back to you, and then it is your money. So you are building something for yourself. So as the owner builder, I mean, can you sell that immediately, John, if you build something?
I believe you can, but you need to seek clarification on the VBA side,
Yeah.
and you've got to have your insurances in place
Okay.
to cover. Yeah.
Yeah, but what they say is, I think right now 5 years, every 5 years you can build one house.
That's
according-
correct. You
yeah,
can build
but
your
it
house
changes.
every 5 years, but
Yeah.
regulations change, as you know.
Yeah.
But you know, if you build your first house and you do it, you know, well, you'll always be tempted to build your second house 5 years down the track, and you probably build it a lot quicker, a lot easier, and a lot better, and you will enjoy it a lot more too.
And John, can someone, let's say one of our listeners here, viewers here, would like to become like a owner builder and then eventually pursue a career in building construction, can they use this owner builder house as experience for their projects? Like, you know, can they look into getting a registration later down the track?
I think it's certainly a very good possibility, because a lot of tradesmen that apply to be builders don't have this sort of concept to present to the Victorian Building Authority for a builder's license. So I think there's an advantage in documenting everything from start to finish with notes, photographs, and even contact names, and even the building surveyor that you know, controls your project and does all the inspections. Even he can come out in support of what you've done and your capability. So befriend him and work with him, because he could work with you in the future to help you secure a builder's license. And it's the same thing with the designer. Make sure that you spend a bit of time with the designer when he's drawing up your plans, and if there's something that you want to know, ask, because while he's going through the design step by step, it's easy to tell you why he's done something, you know, and rather than get to the end and then go back and question him, it may be just too much to deal with at that point in time.
Absolutely. So make sure you keep everything documented, especially all the photos and all the discussions, and why you have learned certain things, if you're going to be using this into the future, because this is going to be a great experience for yourself into the future. And certainly there's a lot of profit to be made in real estate in Australia, so that's why we call ourselves Profit Real Estate. So we're going to provide you a lot more tools into the future, so please do watch our videos, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as come into our website and subscribe to the newsletters, and then we will provide you all the podcasts, webinars and information as much as possible through here for you to be successful in real estate. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me on board, and happy to talk about all these matters that I love, and good luck.
Thank you, John.
10 times the knowledge, 10 times the wisdom, 10 times the tools. Do you want to profit from real property developments? Visit profitrealestate.com.au. Hit the subscribe button now.